게임을 거부하는 참가자는 탈락 후 처리된다.
Squid Game is a Netflix series that has taken over the world. This is all everyone's talking about, and I'm reviewing it just now. Hundreds of cash-strapped players accept a strange invitation to compete in children's games. Inside, a tempting prize awaits with deadly high stakes. I know, don't tell me I am like 3 or 4 weeks late on this. It's not like I was ignoring it. It wasn't like I was putting my foot down and be like, no, I'm not going to succumb to peer pressure and review Squid Game. I've just been really busy lately. I heard what the show is about, and I was really intrigued. It sounded like a really interesting idea, and I'm very happy I decided to come around and watch Squid Game because I thought Season 1 of Squid Game was great. I'm going to keep this spoiler-free and somewhat vague because I really don't want this show to be spoiled by my review. I want people to go into the show blind and not knowing much about it. It's funny I say that because I am really late to watching this series, but I know there's a lot of people who haven't watched it yet, and I really applaud that you do because it is great. The show has a fantastic pilot. You instantly connect with our main character, you understand why he's doing the things that he does, you understand where he's coming from, and it has a cliffhanger that instantly hooks you. And from then on, the show never lets up. What the show does really well is build tension. It does a fantastic job at that. It understands that some of the elements that are happening throughout this season are extremely suspenseful. So the build-up to that is incredible. It keeps you constantly on edge and just engaged with everything that's going on. So when we finally get to these sequences, you're just white-knuckling me like, go, hurry the fuck up! I cannot give this show enough credit how it builds tension and suspense. It is great. And overall, the story is extremely interesting. We are introduced to some characters that really work. You understand their backstory, they're more interesting characters than others, but you really connect with most of the characters that are playing this game. And then with the games, there's more going on behind the scenes that keeps you interested with this mystery. You want to know more about the games, who's running the games, what's going on with all that. And to my surprise, there's a lot of emotional moments throughout this show that I was not expecting at all. It's emotional moments that will stick with me for a little bit. The show is extremely disturbing. And when I say disturbing, it's not because of the gore, and there is some gore in the show. It's more of the psychological torture that these characters are going through. There's a lot of moments and sequences and things that characters have to do that's just extremely fucked up. And it stuck with me. I love the hidden messages and meanings that the Squid Game means about society and what we do in our normal day-to-day lives. I understand what they're going for all that, and I really do love it. I wish I could talk about it more, but it'd be spoilers. But I really appreciated what they were going for there. And overall, I think the show looks amazing. It's colorful. There's a lot of beautiful shots. It was probably so much fun to be on the production design team for the show because there are so many colorful, creative, and unique set pieces throughout the whole entire season. I do have some minor issues with this season or show. I don't know if it's just one season or if there's going to be many seasons. I don't know. First, I'll say not all the characters work for me. I think most of them do. There are some you have a strong emotional attachment to, but then there are some that you absolutely hate, but you hate them in the right ways, like they're good villains, they're just assholes. But then there's some characters that are just bad characters, like they're not written very well. Like when they're on screen, you just really wish they were off screen. They just don't bring anything too interesting to the overall story. And also towards the end of the season, there's some things that happen that make you question some characters' decisions or motivations, and you're kind of like, what? We can talk about the finale now. I'll first compliment the finale because there's a lot of things I absolutely loved about it. Some character conversations, some things that characters had to do, some of the things that characters went through, and how they developed from that. I thought all of that is great. But obviously no spoilers. I think like the last 40 seconds for me just didn't really work. And no, I'm not saying that just because LeBron fucking said it. By the way, if you haven't seen the show, don't watch LeBron's press conference because he does spoil it. But I have to say, there's a decision that's made that seems like it's just setting up for a second season. But when I think about it more, it just doesn't really make sense. There are some things about this character that I get why he would make that decision, but at the same time, I feel like he's past that point. I don't know. Like I said, it's really hard to talk about without spoilers. But for me, I don't think it really worked. Season 1 of Squid Game was great, filled with some interesting, exciting, but also disturbing elements. Even though this isn't a totally original idea, the experience still feels very unique because of the characters, the production design, the story, everything really works here. It has a great pilot that instantly connects you with your characters and then also leaves you with a fantastic cliffhanger. The biggest compliment I can give this show is it knows how to build tension to where you're constantly sitting on the edge of your seat throughout the whole entire season. I absolutely love how the show looks. There are some great shots, but overall the production design is just colorful, unique, and creative. It isn't perfect though. Not every character works for me, and by the end of the show, no spoilers of course, a character makes a decision that I feel like in some ways works with his character, but at the same time, I feel like he's developed past that point, so it really doesn't work with his character. There are some great things that happen in the finale, but I think overall, the final, last 30 seconds didn't really work for me. But overall, it does not ruin the experience as a whole, because I had a blast with Squid Game. I'll give Squid Game 9 Davy Daves. I heard this was supposed to be one season, so I really didn't know if it was supposed to be like, this is a series, or this is just season 1. And even when I titled this video, I think I'm just going to call it season 1. Because I'm assuming with how this ends, there probably is going to be season 2. And you know how studios are. I mean, this show has probably made them a fuck ton of money. Netflix is probably begging them to make a season 2. They'll probably pay them a lot of money to do that. So I'm assuming there's going to be a season 2, which means I should probably title the season 1 review. There you go. If there is a season 2, I really don't know where they would go. But I guess we'll see. So, Squid Game. Let me know what you guys thought of it. If you've seen it, I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more Dave's Takes.